everybody, Invisiblekatana here doing a reaction and review for the official final trailer for Wonder Woman. I'm excited to get into this, of course with it being the official final trailer. It's crazy that every trailer has to have some extra title to it because it can't just be a trailer anymore. It's like the teaser and then the teaser trailer, which would be 2 minutes, and then the official trailer, and now we have the official final trailer. So the movie comes out, I believe, in June. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's like early June or something like that. So it's not too far away. I'm excited to get into this final trailer and see, what extra elements they really show off. Because there's still a lot of questions I have about this movie that I only want answers from the trailers, because I don't like looking into. Because these days you can literally find out anything you want if you want to look into what's going to be in a film. You can have like the villain spoiled if it's supposed to be a surprise. You can have all sorts of twists and stuff spoiled. So I just stick to whatever they reveal in the trailers. That's all I look into. So I am excited to see what new stuff they give us, and I'm excited to see this movie. I do love Wonder Woman. She's actually one of my favorite characters in DC. It's Flash, and then probably Flash, Batman, and then Wonder Woman after that. So I'm excited to get into this, and of course with the most recent DC films, things haven't been too great for them. So I'm hoping this works. Of course, I hope Justice League works as well when that comes out. But we're going to get right into this trailer and see what the heck they have for us for the last time before we see this film. I knew that had to be that. Man, I'm getting tired of that now.
I think this not make you a hero.
What if I promise to be careful? Just a shield then, Diana. No sharp edges.
Be careful of mankind, Diana.
I'm really looking forward to that sequence.
Deserve you.
You've told me this story.
What is this place? Who are you people?
We are the bridge to a greater understanding.
Right.
So that's a lot of stuff we've seen.
Well, here's the thing.
Just
You are in more danger than you think. The boys in the trenches called her Dr. Poison. Millions would die. The war would never end.
I'm going, brother. If you choose to leave, you may never return. How will I be if I stay?
okay, see, that's pretty cool. I like that because we get to see her actually use her super strength. I feel like that's something we haven't seen too much from the trailers. Like,
To the war. Well, technically the war's that way, but we gotta go this way first.
like aside from her doing like a few things, we don't really see her utilize her super strength in these trailers.
Woman. She's my,
Diana, Princess of the West.
Prince. Diana Prince. If you believe that this war should stop, help me stop it right now. What?
You will soon find out.
She dapped that guy up.
Wonder Woman, rated PG-13.
Oh, they didn't. Okay. I was surprised the way they ended it, because with all the other trailers they end with her theme, and then this was just like Wonder Woman in theaters soon. So that kind of surprised me at the end. It honestly caught me off guard. I thought it would somehow transition into the theme. It was like, nope, it's just Wonder Woman in theaters soon. June 2nd, yeah, so it is early June. I'm still excited for it. I think that was an okay trailer. Admittedly, I think that might actually be my least favorite trailer, just because it showed so much of what we've already seen, and I feel like it didn't add anything extra really. It showed like some new clips, and it gave some new lines of dialogue, and really that's about it. We got to see, my favorite part is probably seeing more of the battlefield portion where she's like, blocking bullets with her cufflinks first, or I guess her armbands first, and then she switches to the shield. So I thought it was cool to see a little bit more of that. And then the other part that I really enjoyed was actually seeing more of the Themyscira and her as a little girl, where she's hearing these stories about mankind and stuff. And I was like, that's actually kind of cool, because it shows, based off of this trailer and the other trailers we've had, it seems like they are going to focus quite a bit on her as a very young girl, and I think that's a cool idea, especially because there are different versions, and I believe, man, I think they're doing the demigod version with this. I really don't remember. But that's one of the new things in the comics, is that she's no longer just Amazonian. She's technically a demigod. So I don't know if that's what they're going with for this film. I can't remember if they chose the new version of her origin or it's like the original version. But either way, I'm excited to see them really dive into her training, because this is the first live action film. So we do need to see a lot of that, of how she came to be such a powerful warrior. So I'm excited to see them focus on her as she grows up as a child. Like, they even have a scene of her, on the horse, and she's probably playing around as if she's charging into war and stuff like that, because it's fun to her. And then growing up from the kid wanting to be in war because it's what everyone does around her, to being in an actual war. This is very different when you see people die. They even had it in the trailer where a woman is shot, where she's basically falling down, and someone shoots a bullet and it flies past Diana and the other dude, I can't even think of his name. But it hits the woman behind them. So it's going to be cool to see that transition of her character, where she goes from kind of glamorizing battle to actually living battle. So I'm excited to see how they dive into that. Like I said, otherwise we didn't really get too much. We got, I think officially in the trailer, they say that the woman's name is Dr. Poison. I think that's that's kind of the thing that's been out there for a while. So they officially announced that. And I think that's really it. There's not really anything else that's brand new. We already knew that there was going to be a battle on the land, where the woman ended up fighting against the army and stuff like that. There's some other details in there. I guess I won't spoil it just for people that don't know. There's some stuff about the battles and where that takes place in the film. But we've seen that stuff in the trailer, so we know it's there already. But yeah, I feel like they didn't really add too much to this trailer. It was still a nice trailer. I do like that we got to see more of the action. Honestly, the one thing I wish they would show more of is her flying. We got a sequence in there, and I wanted to talk about that. I didn't want to just talk over everything. But I was like, man, I really hope that we see more of that, and I hope she flies a lot in the movie, because she can fly. What is the point of not having her fly? She can fly. So that is my hope, is that they don't underrepresent her ability to fly, because that would just be dumb. That's a big part of her character. We do get to see a little bit more of her fighting. We see the lasso of truth, which is really cool. We see sword and shield combat. I'm really excited for that, because that's one of my favorite things, because no one ever uses the sword and shield stuff. So at least not in animation. It's just the lasso and she punches people, and that's still sweet. But she uses a lasso, the sword, and the shield. And I mentioned that during my last reaction to the last trailer. But I'm glad that they're really going with that warrior aspect of it, where she uses a bunch of different weapons. She can freaking fight. So I'm excited to see a lot more of that. But yeah, this trailer, shows off some newer elements as far as her kind of being introduced to people within the city. But it's that's nothing super special to me, because I feel like that's going to be a big part of the movie to begin with, which I would assume, if that's her meeting people, that's still early on in the film, where she's being introduced to basically this new world, that sort of thing. So it's we already knew that that's how the movie was going to play out from the very first trailer. So it's none of that stuff is really special to me, but the action is good. We see, a couple more crazy sequences. It seems like there was one part where basically there's just fire behind her, and she's attacking somebody, and it seems like she's flying, but really, really low to the ground. And if she's not flying, then she's sliding on oil or something, because she went pretty far. I was she must be flying right now, the way that she was attacking this guy. So we're gonna get some good action sequences, get a little bit of flying in there, hopefully a lot of flying, switching up the combat, hand to hand, shield, sword. She's horse riding. She's on the battlefield, just dodging bullets or deflecting bullets and stuff. So I am certainly looking forward to the good action, and I'm excited to see how they do just the story of her being in this new world and kind of getting into things. So looking forward to the film, June 2nd, not too far away, and I'm very excited. I'm really looking forward to this. I really do love Wonder Woman as a character, so I'm actually looking more forward to this than I even am Justice League, to be totally honest, because I just want them to do this one right. Justice League just has a bunch of people in it, so I'm I think that'll be fine, even if it's bad. You got a bunch of heroes fighting together, it'll be sweet. it's one of those things, and this is just Wonder Woman, so I'm like, this kind of has to be good. It can't be like, it's bad, but it's still sweet. It just has to be good, period. So I'm just hoping it does well, and I think it will. I'm excited based off what I've seen from the trailers, but of course, we'd love to know what you guys thought about this trailer, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts about it. With this being the official final trailer, was there anything that you wish was, kind of shown off in this? There might be some stuff we still end up seeing from the TV spots as we get really, really close to release. So there might be like some very small elements that are, kind of added that we haven't seen from the other trailers. But is there anything that's missing from this that you wish we'd seen more of? Like whether it's story elements or action elements? For me personally, it's really the flying thing. I just feel like we've seen in total with this trailer, and I believe it was the last one, was the first time we actually saw her fly. With those two clips together, I think that's like a total of like 2 seconds, like no joke, and maybe even a second and a half. It was so fast, it couldn't have been a full second for this trailer. So it was like in total, maybe a second and a half, maybe that was a full second. So maybe we'll go with 2 seconds, 3 seconds at the most. We've actually seen her completely fly in all of the trailers, and I'm like, man, I just would love to see more of that because that's a big part of her character. And really, all the fighting that she's done has been on the ground, literally boots on the ground. And it's still sweet because she's like kicking people through, walls and fighting off tanks and just crazy stuff. So it's awesome. But I'm like, man, she can fly. They need to utilize that just to show the insane variety of how Wonder Woman can take down her enemies, even if they are human, which, she could just slap everybody technically and, beat them all up. But, still, it's like I want to see her fly during combat as well. So that's like literally the one thing. Other than that, I think we got a nice idea as to what we're going to get. We're going to see a lot of her as a child being raised in the ideals of the Amazons. And I'm excited for that. I'm very excited to see what they do with this. And also how they end the movie. That will make me really curious because, of course, this is basically a prequel to Batman v Superman. So I'm curious how it's going to end. What they're going to do with that to kind of just jump forward in time. So who knows? Maybe we'll find out it was her telling Batman the story all along. Or something. That would be funny if it ended that way. And it's just her sitting in the Batcave or something crazy. But I did like this trailer. I just wish we got to see more of her flying. And just some newer stuff in general. But we'd love to know what you guys thought about it. So like I said, please put your comments down in the comment section below. And of course, thanks for watching.